United States. Hi guys, this is Sue with new haircut. A few days ago, I decided to cut my hair because, it's getting warmer and I wanted something new. I haven't changed my hairstyle since a very long time. I saw a lot of people are trying to cut their own hair because of Corona. A lot of people can't go to salon, so they decide to cut their own hair. And oh boy, I've seen a lot of fails, and that really hurt my heart. I'm pretty familiar with the hair, so I tried a variety of ways that YouTube tell you to. And one thing that you should never ever do, this technique, the technique that you pull your hair all the way and then flip over and then cut to make the layers. That's just a fast way to disaster.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Maybe if you I've seen some of the people with a lot of hair, who has a lot of hair and really long hair that goes lower than your belly button. It looks cool. It looks pretty cool. It looks alright. Some of them looks beautiful. But for people who has shorter hair than belly button, it gives this much of layers, which makes your hair looks weird and awful. Just don't, please don't. That's just no. That's no. Don't worry. I'll give you. It's as easy as that technique, but you can still control how much layers you want to make, and also how to reduce the hair, reduce the amount of hair. This is actually my third time cutting my own hair. I was kind of afraid because it's kind of short haircut, so there's no way back, once you cut it, it's done. But I really love how it looks. My coworkers thought I went to salon, so I think that's success right there. Before we start cutting hairs, I want to give you 3 tips. First is get a professional scissor. It doesn't have to be professional ones that it's $50, $100. The one that I have is this one. It's called Oster. I bought it from Sally's Beauty, yes. And I think I paid $20 for this one, 23-ish. It wasn't expensive. It's semi-professional. It's not as good as the professional ones, but it's way better than the ones that some of you guys are trying to use, those just random scissor that you have, or kitchen scissor. Oh my goodness. No. You're saving a lot of money by just cutting your hair by yourself, so why not spend a little money, $20, which lasts you a long time. Buy one of these, at least semi-professional ones. Second is, when you cut your hair, keep at least 1 inch below where you want to be. So let's say you want to cut your hair up to here, then start from here. start cutting from here, because trust me, when you're layering your hair, you're gonna just climb up all the way and arrive there by the end of your haircut. So please don't start from your desired length, because that's just gonna climb all the way up and then you're gonna cry. That gives you a little bit of space to make a mistake, you know. We don't have license. We're not licensed hairstylists, obviously. So we're gonna make a lot of mistakes. It's very important for you to give yourself some space to make a mistake, so you can eventually look the way you want it. Third, last tip is take your time. I've seen a video of people trying to cut their hair in like 15 minutes, and that's just impossible, you know? Think about it. When you go to salon, they take like 30 minutes to an hour to cut your hair. I know like some of those like cheap places that just like, and the short hair, sometimes they do really fast, and there might be some hairstylist that does it really fast and still look good, but most of the time, if it's short of on time, it's bad. It looks bad. And we don't even have a license. We're not even hairstylists. So it's okay to take your time. For me, this haircut, honestly, it took 4 hours. I know it sounds crazy, but as more as you put your effort on it, it looks great. Don't try to rush, and take your time to correct if it looks weird, correct if these two are even, and that's how you get the perfect haircut by yourself. So let's start cutting hair.
First is wetting your hair. I was lazy, so I just grabbed random hair protein spray and started to wet my hair all over. Then I'm going to cut only the top round part of my head. Those strands of hair are going to be my guide length for the layering. I like to cut vertically because it gives some texture to the hair. That way the hair looks more natural and not bulky. So I started with one handful of the hair on the top of my head. Now I'm grabbing the whole top round part of the hair and cut the rest of the hair to match the length of my guide piece that I just cut. I also like to cut deeper in between hair to give more texture. Be sure to cut vertically when cutting in between, otherwise huge chunk of hair will disappear.
If the outer hair is shorter, that's fine, because once we start layering, like cutting, making layers, it's gonna cut off and make a good layers.
So the top part of the hair is done. Now I'm checking the length. It looks fine, so I'm gonna move to the next section. Sectioning your hair. I like to section my hair into 2 sections, left and right, then section out half of each sections you just made horizontally. I tied the top part of the sectioned hair. Lastly, I sectioned out the half of the rest using a hairpin. Now is the fun part. Start cutting. You actually should do this part first before making the guide hair strands with top round part of the hair. I don't know why I did this way. It worked out, so that's fine. And I know my hair looks way longer than it really is right now. Just keep watching, you'll find out what happens. Right now I'm putting hair down little by little, and I'm cutting to match the length with the most bottom hair strands I just cut. You see the hair poking out? I'm going to cut that hair and match them with the guide hair strands. And keep going until you like the length of your hair. Remember, 1 inch below though. Here, I forgot to section out the hair strands near my face line at first. So I just sectioned out as I cut it. The more you section out your hair, the more convenient it becomes to cut hair. If you try to cut a lot of hair strands at one time, it will damage your hair as well. So try to grab small hair strands at a time. And keep cutting.
When you're done with that, we're gonna start layering. This is the fun part. So what you need to do is grab like a horizontal layer like this to you're gonna start from hair closer to the face to back, and then closer to face to back. I like to do that because it feels more organized. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the angle that you want. If you want to make a lot of layers, then you should angle a little higher to more of 90 degree, then it's gonna give you a lot of layers. But if you don't want that, you want a little bit layer, then put it all the way down like this. If you don't want any layers, you can just cut it like that. It depends on how much angle you want. For me, I did 90 degree for the topper layer, and for the bottom layer of hairs, I did almost 0 degree. This tip is very easy to follow, and still you can control the layers, because if you control, as you control the angle, you can control the layer. Yeah, you can go crazy on this. If you want more layers on the bottom, you can still do that. It just depends on what kind of style you want. Keep grabbing vertical layers and then put an angle and then cut it, and then another layer, cut it. Just do it all the way.
2 hours later.
Bam!
I know. It's scary. While I was layering one side, I decided to cut off all my bleached hair. So that's what happened. I quickly made the other side into same length. There you go. Looks better now.
And what you need to do is to make both of the sides same length. You know, you don't want to be like one side longer and one side shorter. We don't want to do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab like a middle lane right here, and then pull it all the way up. I don't know if you can see it. And then pull it all the way up, and then make it same. Make the same length and cut it. And you do that to all the hairs right here, and then try a little more up here. As you can see, yeah, you just keep cutting.
And layering. I grab hair strands vertically, raise to an angle I want, and cut. Compare the length of both sides in between layering to prevent cutting too much from one side. Keep it up, guys. We're almost there.
And then once you're fine with how you look, now it's another fun part where you can reduce the hair amount. How you do this is very easy, but you have to be very careful about this, because we're gonna start cutting from inside of the hair. And if you accidentally cut, then this whole hair is gonna disappear, and that's not what we want, right? So what we're gonna do is, if you have like really professional good ones, you wouldn't have to do this. By touching the blade, the hair's gonna start cutting off. But because my Oster scissor is not that good, it's a semi-professional, the blade is not as sharp as the professional ones. So what I need to do is I have to do a little cuts like that, a little cuts while cutting off my hair.
I like to do these little cuts from the middle of the hair to the tip of the hair and just the tip of the hair. This blends the layers we just made with the hair and make the hair look more natural.
And don't try to cut outer part. Always grab hair and then do it inside of the hair. Right there. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope my tips helped you guys to have a beautiful haircut. Don't forget the 3 tips, and yeah, you'll eventually get to the desired haircut. No worries, it's gonna take a time. I believe in you. You can do it. I did it. I think you can do it. On next video, I'm gonna show you how to cut the side bangs, because side bang is what makes it. It's like a ribbon. It ends beautifully. So yeah, I'll see you guys on next video. See ya!